I want to welcome you all here today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michelle Madden. I'm the president of the Prairie Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank you so much for joining us here today for our journey to inclusiveness. And we have a very special speaker today, somebody that we know very well here at the office, but are really interested in learning more about. And I think the story is going to be great for everybody here. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you can all just keep yourselves muted while the presentation is going on, just so that in case there's any background noise, it doesn't disturb or distract Maria as she speaks. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Maria now. So Maria Santi is the bilingual minority outreach director of the Prairie Chamber of Commerce, where she plans and promotes the development of business skills in professionals and entrepreneurs, all in a framework of respect for diversity through programs, workshops, and special events. Maria's passion is building bridges between different business communities. Her success is based on her ability to negotiate, create partnerships, and develop new strategies for projects she leads. Currently, she specializes in assisting the Latino community in the DFW area and presents her personally developed programs, negotiation and communication, and commercial culture in the USA at different workshops and networking events. Maria is the mother of two, lives in a very quiet city in Texas with her husband, her youngest son, and two spoiled dogs. She holds an LLM in U.S. law from Washington University School of Law and a bachelor's degree in law from the Universidad Autónoma de Estado de Mexico. I think I said that right. Maria is always bringing something new to the table, so we should all stay tuned. And at this time, I'll hand it over to Maria Santi. Maria.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today to this journey to inclusiveness. And I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let me see, it's right here. Yes, it is. Here we go. Hold tight. Okay. All right. Let me move this over here. Let's begin. Okay, so this is my journey to inclusiveness, and it will not take that long. It is a little bit personal, but I'll be sharing all the struggles that I had to face to become the person that I am, and also to tell you how happy I am of being an American citizen, and also how I had to really get involved in a new culture, a new world, a new country, new everything from scratch. So here we go. As a little and brief background, I'll tell you that I was born and raised in Mexico, and I spent 34 years of my life in Mexico. I used to come to the US just as vacation, probably twice per year or once per year. But all my life was done and developed in Mexico since I was born until I turned 34 years. What you see on the background behind my Mexican flag, it is the traditional rebozos. Rebozos are a very specific, like pashminas in Mexico, and my city, Tenancingo, Mexico, where I resided for 34 years, elaborates this, and we are the #1 producer for this artesania, for this art craft, and I am very proud of it. Every time that I have the opportunity to showcase a rebozo like this one, I do it, and I love how it looks, and it makes me also not to forget about my roots, which is very important to me. So that's me. I was 1 year old. I was celebrating my first birthday party, and my maiden name is Maria de la Luz Montes Tapia. I was called Maria de la Luz after my grandmother, Maria de la Luz, and this was my grandmothers from my dad's side. So Mary of the Light, Maria de la Luz, that's my name, and Montes Tapia are my first and last name. In Mexico, the mother also has to the mother's last name is also on the birth certificates of Mexicans, and I think this is very common on the Latin countries. So I did not have enough hair. Now I do, but I love to be in front of the camera, and I think I still do, but that was me. And I had a very happy childhood. My parents worked hard, very, very, very hard. My dad was the provider. He was a doctor. He had, if I am not wrong, 52 years of service when he retired. He retired at very, very old age. And I'm sorry, 42 years of service. I'm sorry. And he did everything for us to have food on our tables, to have studies, to have clothes, to go to places. Right here, I'm with my dad and my mom going to the like the caverns in Mexico and in the state of Mexico. And my dad usually, he never bought us toys or things like probably they wouldn't let us to have a very specific family time. So he rather to take us on trips, short trips, you know, whenever that he saw that there was a nice field, open field, he took just a blanket and a pair of sodas and let's go picnic. And that was pretty much the childhood that I had. My mom, even if she was not, she only graduated from elementary school. She knows how to write and how to read, but she was very, very avid on business. And she was very avid also on all the things that that had to be with creative, on being creative. She was the leader at home, obviously, but my dad, because of the Mexican culture, he was the one that had the last word. I was raised in a very traditional house, which it might sound like not very matching to what I have said, but that's true. I was raised in a very Mexican traditional house. So my dad always had to decide mostly everything in our lives. I mean, unless we were emancipated or we had the majority of age or anything, but we had to follow the instructions on that. But it was good because that made us be responsible, to learn how to obey, how to be, you know, how to be oh my gosh, I forgot the word, how to respect adult people and how to come out with different ideas and solutions. For my parents, there was not a no as an answer. There was failure was not an option. It was not Houston, it was Tenancingo, but failure was not an option in my house. This is me when I was 4 years old and I was in pre-K. And I was a very smart child. When I was in kindergarten, I already learned how to write, how to read, and some of the mathematical, you know, operations. And my dad was asked if it was okay for me to be put in second grade, from kindergarten to second grade, but my dad said, no, she has to leave according her age. And I mean, it's different now, right? Of course that we want our children to take early classes or AP classes, but back then it was not something like very usual. So I stayed in kindergarten 3 years, first grade and second grade, guess doing what? On the desk of the teacher, just playing around because I already learned everything that I was supposed to learn on my early childhood. This is my whole family. I have 3 siblings, my sister Angela, my 2 brothers, my mom, and my dad. My dad recently passed away, but we were very, very happy. I'm sorry. These 2 little kids over here, they are the love of my life. My daughter Frida and my son Carlos. My kids' last name is Canseco. Carlos Canseco was my first spouse. And these little ones, I don't know what I will do without them. They are my life. I love them with all my heart. And I'm very proud that my daughter, she is 23 now. My son, he's 17, almost 18. My daughter, she has graduated from UTA, and my son is gonna go to UTO to afterwards go to law school as well. So I'm very proud of both. And what can I say? Soy una mamá gallina. I'm a mom, you know, that likes to do everything for her children. So these are my 2 kids. In life, I think that I was born with a mission, and I know that this is my mission. My mission has started in 2000 when I started at the Autonomous University of the State of Mexico, my law school, my law career. It took me 5 years of study to obtain this degree. And my average, it was a 3.8 out of 4. I was very smart, as I've told you. But what I am very proud about is that I earned this degree with 2 kids at home. And I was traveling almost 1 hour from my hometown to the place that my university was at every single day, 5 days a week, from Monday through Friday, and also sometimes Saturday. So I had to put a huge, huge effort on that. And the day that I became a lawyer, licensed lawyer, what you can see on this picture, one thing is to finish the school and another thing is to get the license. When I got finally my license, I was very, very proud of myself. And I wanted to, you know, like to accomplish everything in the world at that moment. I didn't know exactly what was in front of me. I never could imagine back then that I was going to live in the US, that I was gonna have a divorce, and that I was gonna change my life. The next slide, before I turn into that slide, let me tell you that that's something that I barely share, but it's very necessary and it has a point. I am proudly a survivor of domestic violence. I faced death twice. And why is important? Because many of professional women, we are afraid of saying, I am a victim of domestic violence. Why? Because you're a professional. You cannot allow that. You are not allowed yourself to fail. Sometimes society and all the rules that are among different job fields, professional fields, it makes you feel like you don't have the right to speak up. And this makes you once and another and another and 1,000 times to go back with your aggressor. Why? Because you think that there is nothing else behind, beyond that life that you have, or that you don't deserve a better life, because this is what you have. And this is not only a Mexican machismo thing. This is unfortunately a matter that it's around the whole world. And there are many cultures and many women that do not speak up because they are afraid. And I was part of that group. I was part of that poster that you see of that woman putting the hand in front of the dresser, that was me. And as I have said, I do share this, but it is important. It is important because this is a step that I had to overcome to become the person that I am today. And it has a lot of relation on what I came to the US. That was me looking at my window and trying to understand why I have this life, why I cannot move on, why I cannot be a different person, why I have to keep shutting my mouth and living all this. I love this art from Frida Kahlo. And the name of the art is called My Dress. I'm sorry, I forgot the exact name. She sees her dress in front of her window around all the things that she was living at that time when she was in New York. And that's the kind of feeling that a person that is not free, mentally free, feels every time that wakes up. It's probably weird to say, but it's true. With 34 years old, I was wondering what will be the life that I am meant to live. I know that there are many, many ways that the universe, God, the angels, everything in that on what you believe sets you the path for you to keep moving. On August 1st, 2010, I arrived to the United States. I didn't have enough work in Mexico. I did not have enough communication in my family life. Everything went from being successful to being very, very dramatic and to having not enough opportunities to provide and also to feel like life was worth it. So the 2 or 3 days before August 1st, 2010, my brother called me and say, hey, do you want to come over? And I didn't hesitate. I said, yes, I want to move to the US. Okay, are you sure? Yes. My children were about to start a new school year. I didn't have anything to left behind. And I just decided to jump in a plane, to board on a plane and arrive in San Antonio, Texas, one afternoon on August 1st, 2010. This image represents a lot to me because that's how every single immigrant arrives in the US. You can bring one luggage, 10, 5, or 3, but all of them are full of expectations, full of plans, full of things that you want to do. That is not because your country didn't give it to you. There are so many reasons why you arrived to the US. It's not just because you know that here jobs are paying dollars and your country makes in pesos probably 20 times less. There are so many reasons why you are here, and that's how you feel. You have to keep moving with what you brought with you, with your family. If you had luck of not being separated on the border, you made it. If you had the luck to come with a visa, with a tourist visa and overstay, as I did, we were very lucky. But there are people that had to swim, it's true, to swim passing a river, to hide in between cars, to do so many things, to use documents that they are not theirs. Why? Because they need to cross that border. There are many situations in regard of this, and they are so different stories that not even I have heard all of them. But there are stories that they are horror stories. And obviously, they are not that good stories as well of people that come to the US. I work on anything. I did anything that was necessary for me to survive. I was hosting, what's the name of this? Oh, I forgot. Baby showers. I was hosting baby showers parties. I was preparing parties. I was a teacher assistant at Harmony Public School with kindergarten. I was teaching Zumba classes. I was also working as a DJ and in a radio station. I was presenting so many things. And I also babysit. I was an in-house babysitter. And I lived with this family and I cleaned their house and I cleaned another houses as well. So I had to multitask on many other things to have the chance to pay my brother a rent, because here everybody has to pay a rent. So I had to do that. You probably are wondering, well, how was my English? My English was not good at that point. I start to mingle with Hispanic people like me without using English at all. And it was not until I started working at Harmony Public Schools that I really start working on like really using the English that I studied in college, and also that I studied at in high school. But all this world was strictly Spanish, because I was sometimes I wasn't even able to ask for something, to ask for an address, or to request from the person that I was working for to request for something that I needed to clean up toilets or something like that. Yes, it got me sometimes when I was cleaning houses. I was wondering what I'm doing here. What happened? What is that key what is that key on me on trying to eat the whole world as I was years ago? Let me tell you that it's a very, very hard work what a maid does, what all the people that clean houses does. Everybody that knows me knows that I also had to teach Zumba classes. That's my passion. Dancing is my passion, but it was hard as well, because sometimes without a car, or without having a ride, or without having the knowledge of the language, how are you gonna dictate a class? How are you gonna teach a class? Well, thank God I have a very good body language, and I had to teach those classes and yield and whistle and do so many things that they were very, very successful. So how everything started. Okay, in 2011, I met my husband, Peter Santi, and I married him. I married him after 4 weeks of dating, and many people said, what? That's your adjustment of status right there. But it was not like that. It was true love. I really, really was craving love. I was in a need of being with somebody who properly loved me. And I said yes. I said yes in a purple dress. So this obviously changed all the game, because as I told you, I came here with a tourist visa. My visa was expired, and once that I married my husband Peter, he helped me to adjust my status with immigration, and that's how I could become. I was able to become a permanent resident. A permanent resident has to start 2 years first, like with a temporary residency, and you are not exempt of complying with all the the requirements as a citizen, such as IRS, such as having a driver's license and accomplishing all the rules of this of the US. And finally, after 2 years, then you apply to get your residency, and that's it. After 3 years, since I was married to an American citizen, I had the chance to become an American citizen too, but that waited a little bit longer. This one was of the jobs that this one was one of my first job. It was the second job. My first job was at the kindergarten school with Harmony Science Academy. I was the teacher assistant, as I have said, and I had to take the children that didn't know nothing about English, and my Spanish was the thing that saved me in that work. The struggles that I had to face in that job was that I couldn't express myself, I couldn't communicate, and sometimes I had to learn on the same pace as the children did. I had to learn the vowel sound, beginning words, everything that you see that you see on Sesame Street and I don't know, Cocomelon now and all those programs for children. That was my school too, and that's how I learned too. When I moved to Dallas, that was in Austin. When I moved to Dallas, I had the opportunity to work for an attorney for a law office. And since my background was legal, what this attorney did was to prepare me to do all the interpretations at court. So I did criminal interpretations, immigration interpretations, civil interpretations, everything at court that had to be in front of a judge. And I had to translate everything as it was, and also to explain the clients what the attorney wanted me to let them know. And this gave me the opportunity to meet one attorney that her name is Margarita Gonzalez. She is from Colombia. She's now in Austin, Texas. But then she told me, hey, Maria, so I know that you have a law degree in Mexico. And I said, yes. Okay, why don't you save your credits? Why don't you study a master's degree and then you sit for the bar exam in Texas? At that point, everything sounded very, very easy, but guess what? It was not. It was a nightmare because it's so different to learn the things that that the judge is gonna say, and then to know what is the translation in Spanish. That's easy if you learn it, because nothing changes, because everything is just pretty much administration. It's an administration situation, what you see in courts. But what I faced, one that I decided to start the master's degree, it was me, Maria, reading, explaining, thinking, comprehending, writing, and doing all this for 2 years. And finally, I got my master's degree from Washington University in St. Louis, the School of Law. And this has been a challenge that you have no idea. Sometimes I used to cry in front of the computer and I used to blame myself. What were you thinking, Maria Santi? What, for somebody that is his native language is English, takes probably 45 minutes to understand. For me, 3 or 4 hours, because I had to be reading with the translation machine, and also Googling so many things that I wanted to say, and then put on your chip of English and then Spanish, and then try to explain the same idea. And among that, the American legal field, the American jurisdictions, American law and Mexican law has nothing to do with each other, nothing. So those were 2 years in which honestly, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be in debt with $50,000 and I don't even know if I'm gonna make it, but I did. I made it. There's something. I was the second Latina in this university who took a picture with the dean of the law school. There was no Latinos. There was only American, white people and Asian people, a lot, African American as well. But I was the second Latina on this class that was graduating from this master's degree, and I'm very proud of it. My journey with the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce started on February 1st, 2016. Before starting this, let me tell you that because of my condition, because of my looks, because of my, because of the things that sometimes prejudice make huge difference in between how do we look. Let me tell you something that I forgot to tell you in regards of my marriage. I used to take my mother-in-law to Kroger, to Walmart, to the stores, anywhere. And the people that they were, even to restaurants, the people that they were serving us or giving us a customer service experience, they thought that I was her caregiver or that I was her maid. So once in Walmart, I remember this time that I was in front of the counter of the cold cuts, and my mother-in-law was about to ask the person to show her some of the cold cuts, and then I don't remember what did I say, and the person at the counter said, "Hey, your boss is telling me something different." And I said, "She's not my boss. She's my mother-in-law." And he was so like, of course, he was embarrassed about it. And he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Not a problem. I understand." Sometimes the difficulties is that people who look at me and see a Latina woman, probably they think that we don't understand English, or that probably we are not able to have a conversation. And that happens when people who's talking to me, they jump into the things that I'm gonna say, because it takes me longer. Yes, it takes me longer. Do I have an accent? Of course, and I love it. But sometimes people jump for me to end the conversation or the phrase because it's taking me longer. But it's okay. I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me anymore, but that's something that happens, whenever that I used to take my children to school, yes, sometimes I did not understand what the teacher was saying, and I had to ask my children, ¿Qué dijo, mijo? What is the teacher saying? And my son had to translate for me. Yes, I was that kind of mom. Yes, I was that kind of person that arrived to McDonald's and only asked the number 2 or the number 3 or the number 4 as is, because I didn't know how to ask for something that I like or for something that I didn't want to have on that piece of, on that hamburger. So it happened. And it's not something that is, it has stopped, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So as I have said, my journey on the Chamber of Commerce started on February 1st, 2016. I did the interview for the Chamber of Commerce in November 2015, but I did not get the job. The reason why I did not get the job was because there was a little concern that probably I was not going to be able to understand and to deliver what was requested from me. I did not get the job, but on February 1st, 2016, I was called again and I was offered the job. And the most beautiful thing was that 3 months after, after the I don't know, the proof time, the period of proof time, I was told, you know what, I'm so sorry that I did not give you the job. I'm very sorry because you're a very smart person and you have done a lot for this chamber as nobody has done before. But let me tell you something. When I started with the Minority Outreach Direction, there was nothing behind me that I can probably relay on or take the format of. So I had to start from scratch. I had to start with projects and things that I didn't even know that they were gonna help or result in positive. I didn't know, but I had to do it. And I dealt with many businesses, many people in this city and also in the surrounding areas that they encourage me and my job and the chamber as well. And they supported everything that I think it was gonna work. And the magic happened. I remember Lynn McGinley always, she used to tell me, I'm so afraid to let the door open for you to come in and tell me another idea that you have, because it's gonna turn into something that I know you're gonna do it. So that's pretty much how we start. We work hard and it paid off really good as well, as expected. I want to thank Juan Almazan, who is here, Officer Juan Almazan, here with us in this call. And he has been a pillar for me for all the job that I have done. Thank you so much. And not only with him, but with many other leaders in Grand Prairie, it's how my job has been more easy to take care of, but also the way of promoting the businesses and also the way of taking the benefits of the chamber and to strengthen the community has been possible. As I have said, it was not easy, but it's not something that I did not enjoy. I love it. Has nothing to do with legal job. This is business. It's completely a different matter, but I enjoyed it. And I don't know if this is my final call or not, but I'm here. And every single thing that I have brought to Lynn McGinley and now to Michelle Madden, every single thing has been a yes and has been successful. And if that is not God telling you that you are doing things right, I don't know what it is.
Bravo, Maria.
Thank you. On March 10, 2018, I became a US citizen. That was, thank you. That was a very important date. And I was very happy. I was very happy because I love Mexico with all my heart. But America means to me so many things. America gave birth to Maria Santi, to a new woman, to a free woman. And that has no price. These are some pictures of different events that we held at the chamber, in which we also work with many other collaborators. We have supported the Hispanic community, the African American community, the Asian community in so many ways. I had the chance to work with wonderful people that they have been my teachers on many things, and that I am very proud to call my friends today. I had the honor to be named a Latina entrepreneur at the Latina Symposium. I think it was in 2018. And in my role of Director of Minority Outreach, I had the opportunity to lead a message for all the Latinas in Dallas, Texas, among other things. There have been so many other things, but I don't like to show up so many. And there's Michelle, she's not gonna let me lie. I always say, no, not me, take me up. Don't say anything. And at the class of leadership Grand Prairie 2019, I learned so much about this city, and I had such a great time with all my I don't know, my partners, my student partners. And it was an achievement that I am very proud of, because when I started this job, I didn't know anything about Grand Prairie, Texas. And I was promoting Grand Prairie, Texas, but until I got into this leadership class, I understood why we are the city. And I'm saying that we are the city, okay? I just don't say anything that I don't live here. But we are such a great city, and I learned so much about it, and it made me think more on different activities and ideas on how to provide better opportunities to our business as well. This has been some of our members, and some of our partners in all these years. There are many others, but I couldn't fit them all. We have been settled partnerships with the Mexican consulate, with Google, with Unidos, Grand Prairie Police Department, with SCORE, Ser Mujer, Universidad Ana Jiménez, AMEP, Ingrid Rivera, Mamá Contemporánea, Ventanilla de Asesoría Financiera, and many more. It's been a roller coaster, and I love it. I love it. Every time that we have an opportunity to showcase our members, our opportunities, to have a Facebook Live, to have a community event, to pair up somebody with a specific need with our collaborators or our allies, it's very important for us, and has no price. This is a great thing to do in my job. And finally, with the help of the, through the Grand Prairie Chamber Foundation, SEA, the Academia Empresarial Comunitaria Business Community and Academy Business Entrepreneurship, it is one of the initiatives of the Grand Prairie Chamber Foundation. Through this academy, we are giving back to the community, but also we are preparing people to have enough skills and tools for a sustainable life. This wouldn't be possible without a wonderful team that I want to name today, and I want to give a huge thank you, because it couldn't be possible, all this, without them. And they are Rosie Gonzalez, President, Gaby De Briones, the Treasurer, Diana Ortega, Director of Events, Lupita Canales, Director of Public Relationships, Adriana Ramirez, which is the Vice President, and myself. I am the Secretary of SEA. And without this team, we wouldn't be possible to help the Hispanic community to stop feeling like Maria did once, that there was nothing to do here, but just letting life to keep passing by without having the opportunity to have a different job, open a business, or also to learn English. These are some of our workshops and some of the projects that we have done among these 3 years. As I have said, we teach workshops and classes to provide tools for a sustainable living. And every time that we can, we also collaborate with our mom, the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce. And this is kind of, I call it like a huge bridge. Through SEA, we help the business community, the Hispanic community. We help them to open their business. And also the chamber gets the opportunity to strengthen that community through the programs whenever that those business join the chamber or are part of the events of the chamber. So this is kind of the whole circle, but we are still on the same. I want to close with this. This is what my dad always used to tell me, that I am the little brainiac. Sometimes it makes me feel like I have like a squirrel inside of my mind. But I know that it's nothing is over until it's over. So here I am. For many, I am an example. For many, I am a success story. But the only thing that I want to be sure is to honor my parents and to honor God. This is my next project. I'm gonna have my exam on July 27th, and I don't know what is gonna happen. But for sure, I'm gonna keep providing good things to the table, as my bio says. I'm gonna keep providing good things to the table. And I just wanna say thank you for being here with me today and for understanding what a journey is, for listening to me, and for also being part of this wonderful story. I love this part of our national anthem. And this is what it means to me. Finally, I was a free woman. I was brave. America represents my new opportunities, a proper love, a new start, and a new life for Maria Santi. With that, I just want to thank your time, your attention, and thank you so much.
Wow, thank you,
Marie.
Maria.
Bravo.
You guys have no idea, we've been sitting here with this gem in the other room and all the fantastic things that she does. I mean, she just scratched the surface right here. So we are amazed and we wanted to share, and I'm so glad that she agreed to share herself with you guys in this way today. Maria, do you want to field any questions if anybody has any questions?
I'm fine, yeah.
Anybody have any questions for Maria? You'll have to unmute yourself. Maybe you can unshare your screen, Maria.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
So we can see everybody well.
Stop sharing.
There we go.
Okay.
Maria,
Oh,
this
wow.
this is Judy Humphrey. And Maria, this is such an outstanding presentation. Thank you so very much.
I mean, if you think about everything she's done and the fact that she's here doing all this now in a second language, and she didn't say, but in the presentation, she's teaching the English classes now through SEA. Not only that, she's also teaching citizenship courses through SEA. So she is not leaving her past behind and leaving people behind. She is bringing them all along with her. And it's not just it's not just all about Maria and like she's good and it's done. She is here to serve everyone and to help everyone. And I mean, she's really inspirational. And I know, and I've said this to other people, but she has brought color to my life.
I love you. You're gonna make
Anybody
me
else have
cry,
any comments?
guys.
I want to come and I want to come and
Sorry.
visit you.
Maria,
Please do.
you know, it is an honor to work with you. I mean, it's a pleasure, because I've never known you in all the projects we've had. We've had many, many projects. You've supported me. I've supported you. We've supported other people, but you're never less than 100%. And even when I felt that it's not going to be a go because you're such a pillar of strength. 2 weeks ago, when that guy called me 14 hours before our big back to school event, our food pantry, 14 hours before, and told me that the 500 promised boxes of groceries that he was going to give us, he didn't have a single one to give. And, this had already been on television and on social media. And so I called you and I said, man, maybe we have to postpone this. And you said, absolutely not. And you believed with me and for me. And, with three little loaves and 5 little fishes, because of a collaborative effort and you being such a pillar of strength. When it looked like we had nothing, we fed 300 plus families that in 14 hours. And so, Maria, I'm not only honored to work with you, but I'm really honored to be counted amongst your friends. And so, yeah, you do a lot, and it is just impressive how strong you are. So thank you for allowing me to be part of what you do.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
And the first time we worked together, she's like, okay, she was moving so fast. I'm like, whoa, hold on, man. I mean, you're leaving me behind. We got to rethink a couple of these things, Maria. And she's like, no, we got to keep moving. And so her vision was to contact 100 businesses like within a month. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But it was doable. So, hey, it's now been 5 quick years. Can you believe that? 5 quick years we worked together. So thank you, mija.
Anybody else have any other comments or questions for Maria before we sign off? Go ahead.
I wanted to thank you to Maria because she is my light. And thank you to God because I'm so proud that I have the consciousness. He is my mentor, my guide. And when she told me last week that I was so fall down, I feel her strength and her love. And it's the honor to be part of your life. And I'm so proud of you and you inspire me. So thank you for helping me and for believing me when most of the people are, thank you.
Thank you, Ingrid.
Well, Maria, I was proud to be there when you got your citizenship. And I will be proud to be there when we celebrate you becoming an attorney in Texas.
Let me touch wood right now.
So start planning that party now because I have no doubt.
No pressure. No pressure. I'll tell you what, she has studied enough for, I don't know, multiple people. And so we're just lucky. I mean, it's so fantastic when she comes in and we talk about stuff. It's like, I see the lawyer brain going, like it runs through everything, like community, humanity, law. It's like she covers all the bases. All right. Well, everybody, I want to thank Maria so much. Thank you for having the courage to tell us, because we all see each other in work and in the community, and it takes a degree of courage to talk about and kind of share personal stuff. But I think just like Maria does in her everyday life and in her work, that she is inspiring people. And this is just one more little bit that, a lot of people said, oh, I didn't know that about you. And I respect you and love you even more now. I think that this will go a long way. Greg, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, so I eat lunch a few days a week with Maria. She kind of lives on tuna fish and lettuce, but so when you came here with your kids, like each of you just had one suitcase, you left all the rest of your belongings in Mexico?
I did. Yeah. I left everything.
Did you tell your mother you were?
I did tell my mom, I did tell my dad, everybody knew about it. Even my ex-husband knew that I was moving to the US, but I left everything, everything. I didn't fight anything. I left everything.
But you brought with you the most
My
important
children,
things.
exactly.
And
Yes,
the teaching that your parents gave you. You know, that's why you're succeeding. It isn't a pair of clothes. It's your internal ability and zeal. Maria, you are fantastic.
Thank you, Judy. All right.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you again so much for joining us. And, you know, we will have other journeys to inclusiveness, but right now we're celebrating Maria. If you want to see her, she's available at the Chamber of Commerce. And we do all appreciate you guys so much, because without you, I mean, we really wouldn't have anything to work for. So you guys are super, super valuable to us, just as Maria is to the whole organization, along with the rest of the staff. So thanks so much. We're going to close it now. And thank you again, and hope